Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is time for just a word from the Word. I apologize for waiting a little longer to turn on my camera. Had some issues with Facebook going live yesterday. I just wanted to make sure all was well before I turned on my camera. But it is time for just a word from the Word. Our passage this morning comes from the book of First Timothy, chapter 1, verse 17, and I'm reading from the King James. It's probably familiar to you. Now unto the King eternal, immortal, invisible, the only wise God, be honor and glory forever and ever. Amen. Yes, I have used this verse before. I just think it's beautiful. Um, it is Paul telling Timothy to look up. He's telling him how great and mighty and powerful and amazing our God is. He's eternal. He's immortal, which means he ever lives. Invisible. We don't actually see him. We do see him working, but we don't always see him. Um, he deserves honor and glory forever and ever. Amen. But it's that phrase, the only wise God. Oh man, y'all. When I consider this phrase, I am reminded that we see ourselves as wise, and sometimes a little too wise. We see ourselves a little too good, a little too big. Um, when I was growing up, it would be you're too big for your britches, kind of big. That's a Southern thing, y'all. It just means that you think you're much more than what you really are. That's all that means. But when we talk about serving the only wise God, we're talking about God, the King of the universe, who has all wisdom, who has all knowledge, who knows how to do all things well. The God who can speak and the worlds were formed and came into existence. The God who just moves his fingers and ways are parted. The Red Sea, was parted in the Old Testament. The Jordan was stopped. The children of Israel moved on dry ground, not once but twice, y'all. The only wise God. When I consider that he is wise, it brings me to this morning's just a word from the Word. I apologize for my voice, a little choky this morning. But when I consider that he is the only wise God, it is a reminder. Our source of wisdom cannot be us or Google. God help us. The only wise Google seems to be the one that rules and reigns in our day, or the only wise news media, or the only wise TikTok, the only wise X, the only wise Instagram, the only wise Facebook. God help us. We're called to serve the only wise God. He's the one that has the wisdom that we need. He's the one that has the wisdom to lead us and guide us. He's the one that sees the whole situation going on. What is this morning's just a word from the Word? Don't look to yourself for wisdom. You're going to fail you. God places people in authority over us that have wisdom. Look to them. But ultimately, look to the wisdom that can only come from God, from His Word, from being in His presence. We have to serve the only wise God and recognize that He alone is the source. I'm just trying to point you to Jesus this morning. Look to Him. James tells us that God's not going to turn us away if we ask for wisdom. So turn to Him this morning. Seek Him. He'll give you the wisdom that you need. Don't lean to your own understanding. Turn to Him. This has been just a word from the Word. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. As I have begun announcing, I am preaching our worship service this Sunday, so you're welcome to join me. You're welcome to come anytime, though. I'd love to have you as a guest with me in church. Love to see you. Love to hug your neck. Come and join me. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. And Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow morning at our normal time. I won't be sleeping in tomorrow. God bless you.